Hey YouTube, welcome to All Things Luxury with me, Asia. If this is your first time here, hello and welcome to my channel. If you are a subscriber, hey Lux Gang, and let's get into today's video. So today we will be talking about how do you afford luxury items on a budget. So everyone doesn't have a job that can buy them these $1,000 bags, you know, and we all have different priorities in life. I don't have any kids, so that helps me out. But just because you have kids and just because you don't have a job that pays you thousands and thousands of dollars doesn't mean that you can't shop luxury. So here are my tips for how to afford luxury. All right, so the first tip I'm going to say is visit an outlet. So in the past 4 videos I talked about most of those items, all those items came from the outlet except Louis Vuitton because they don't have an outlet, and Balenciaga because they don't have an outlet. But Fendi, Prada, Gucci, and YSL, they all have an outlet. And the one that I went to was in Sunrise, Florida. So you may have to travel to your outlet. So my biggest thing was that I wanted, since I was in Miami, I wanted to go to the outlet to see if it was really the hype. Am I really going to save some money on this designer stuff, or is it going to be out of season stuff sold there? You know, I'm not going to get any type of deals from it. And I can say that I saved thousands of dollars. I can say that I saved thousands of dollars on my hauls. So if you haven't watched my hauls with the green background in the back, I suggest you watch those videos. So buying from an outlet, your items are brand new. Your items are just out of season. That's all. It's just out of season. So as Louis Vuitton, they don't have an outlet. Louis Vuitton feels like, hey, if it's out of season, we just gonna take it off the website. And whatever Louis Vuitton does with their out of season bags, I don't know what they do with them, but they don't have an outlet. Versus with Gucci said, hey, this was last season bag. We not selling this in the store no more, honey. This can go to the outlet. And there are still beautiful items, you know, as I showed you in my video, there are beautiful items that are at the outlet. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get a $1,500 item for $200. No, I'm not saying that. You may get a $1,500 item for $800. It's still a win. All right. So outlets are a great place to start. The second place to start is consignment shops. Now, I know people talk about the Real, and there's another one, I can't remember the name of it, but the two that I use is Luxury Co, and I will put that in the comments, Luxury Co. And I also use What Goes Around Comes Around, and I got introduced to those because those are in my local department stores. Like, they're in Belk's and they're in Dillard's. They're in some of those department stores. It just depends on what area you're in, if they have the vintage area in there. So in those consignment shop, a consignment shop is where someone wants to sell their bag that they had. So it will like be me taking my bag and going to sell it, and I can sell it to What Goes Around Comes Around, and they would give my money back. They will clean it up a little bit. Let's say I had some stains on it. Now they may not get rid of the stains. They're going to sell it as is, but they're going to take the price down because it has a stain on it. So you're not going to pay, you're not going to pay so much for that bag because it has a stain on it. But riddle this, just because it has a stain on it, it's not going to devalue the bag all the way down. So I think a lot of people get it confused when they talk about consignment shops. You're just like, oh my God, I'm getting a used bag, but I'm still paying $1,000 for it. That is true. You will still pay $1,000+ at these consignment shops. Or sometimes people take care of their bags so well. Like I have a nice size vintage collection. One day I may do a video on it. But some of my bags, you can't tell that anyone touched it. And when those are normally higher. When they are, you know, unmarked, there are no stains on it, those are higher. And especially when it comes to Louis Vuitton. So when Louis Vuitton get rid of a bag, and let's say you want this bag, like the favorite MM, they don't sell that bag anymore. The only way that you can get that bag is through the pre-loved market, through consignment shops. So the person selling that bag from that consignment shop is saying, I know that this is an authenticated bag, and Louis Vuitton doesn't sell it no more. So when this might have was a $1,300 bag, guess what? It's in pristine condition, $2,000. So sometimes you have to shop around when you're in your consignment shops, because sometimes you will end up paying more. So like another example is a Neverfull. A Neverfull has been around for a while. And they have Neverfulls at what goes around comes around. They have that there. I've seen it there. And when I looked at it, it was $1,400. And I'm just like, well, the bag currently is $1,700 online. So I'm only going to save $300. Hey, money saved is money saved. So I think that consignment shops are great, especially when you tap into vintage items. So now let me move on to the third way how to get into designer and save money is buy vintage items. And vintage items are bags that I believe that are greater than 20 years old. And you guys, whenever I do my vintage bag collection video, you'll be like, that bag 20 years old. My goal is to find a bag that was my birthday year. If I can find a bag on my birthday year, that'll be so dope. But Louis Vuitton's leather is so much durable. Like their canvas is so much durable in vintage bags. So I'm all for vintage bags. I love vintage bags. And normally when you have a vintage bag, nobody else got it. You don't got to worry about nobody else having it. All right, so I'm going to show you two vintage bags that I have that I got from a consignment shop. All right, so this right here, I believe this is a Speedy. So when you buy a vintage bag from All Things Goes Around, or What Goes Around Comes Around, I'm sorry, from What Goes Around Comes Around, or Luxury Co., they give you authentication card to let you know that this bag is authentic. But my biggest thing is, even though they have a website, I just like to go in and feel my bag and look at the wear and tear myself. Because yes, on the internet, they are going to tell you like, okay, yeah, it may be a little minor scratch right here, but what is minor to you may be major to me. You know, and the pictures may not catch everything. So I like to just go in and see my bags myself. So this right here is a vintage bag as well. And I believe this is a Speedy, I want to say a Speedy, this is giving me Speedy 30. I think this, because I throw my authentication cards away like a dummy. But I believe this is a Speedy 30, because this is bigger than my other Speedy that I have. So this right here, this person, and this is in Epi leather. This person took an awesome job, took care of this bag really well, that you can't even tell that it was used. Like, you can't tell it was used. So, and I didn't pay that much for it. I really didn't pay, you know, that much for it versus me getting a Speedy now in black Epi leather. I really saved some money on that one. And I can't remember what year, and I don't feel like going through the stuffing and all that stuff to figure out what year it was made. But I know that it's a 20-year-old bag. So, that's that. And this is another one. So this is the Papillonian 26 bag. We are seeing this bag roll right back out. One thing about fashion goes around. What goes around comes around. Like I said, hey, this bag right here, this bag is super old. But as you see now, that it's a pink one that's out right now, and it's super hard to get. But there's a pink Papillonian bag that is out right now. This person took awesome care of this bag. Like, when I got it, I was like, whoa, well, did they use it at all? Like, did they even use it? And this bag as well is stuff. I always like to go in my bags and see how it is and like smell it, because if a person smokes, smoke is very hard to get out of bags. So I always like to feel my bags. But there are the real out there. There are Fashion Pal. That's what it's called, Fashion Pal. There are bags out there that are in the pre-love market that, you know, you can get a deal on. So if you're trying to get into luxury, I say start with an outlet, do consignment shop, and shop vintage. Those are the 3 steps on how to build a collection. Also, if you're trying to buy luxury on a budget, start small. Start small. You don't have to bust out with a Neverfull. That don't have to be your first item to start in your collection. You can start out with a $250 card case, or is it $230, something like that. You can start with a card case, you know. But what I can say is when starting your collection, let's say your mind is wired to think like, okay, I can't drop $1,500 right now. But what I can do is I can drop $250 on this card case. Then next week I can drop $475 on a mini pochette. Like, no, you're going about it wrong. Save to what you want. Save to get what you want. Like, that's the biggest thing is to do is save. When I first bought my first bag, which was the Speedy 25, I originally wanted the Neverfull, but I was like, not doing it. And when I bought a Neverfull MM was $1,300 compared to what it is now. When I first bought it, but I was like, I can't do that. But I worked I worked so much overtime to be able to afford that bag, you know, and not feel guilty about it. If you're going to buy luxury, make sure that your home is taken care of. I'm not here to be your life coach and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just saying, let's have our priorities in orders. Like, don't take your light bill money, don't take your rent money and buy a bag. No, save for it. And don't start piling up on all these small leather goods when you can just, okay, save until you can actually get what you want. So the biggest thing is to save your money and know what works for you. My biggest thing is luxury is what it is to you. It's not what everybody else says, like luxury, oh, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, all that is luxury. If Michael Kors make you feel good about yourself, if Kate Spade, if Tory Burch, if those brands make you feel good about yourself, buy those brands. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Don't try to keep up with the YouTube influencers. I remember when I first got on YouTube, before I even made a channel, I had to back away. I was like, because these YouTubers are forever buying something. And then I felt like, oh my God, I gotta keep up with buying all these bags. And so I was like, wait, stop. You have to buy for you. You buy for you. You buy what your pockets can afford. Whatever is enough for you. Like, a lot of people come on here and they shame Neverfulls. They shame Speedies. They shame, oh, those are the basic designer bags. What? Ain't nothing basic about a bag that costs $1,000. It's nothing basic about it. So we don't need to, as in the luxury community, we need to be more loving toward one another. And you know, like, what is luxury to me may not be luxury to you. Like, to the millionaires, my Louis Vuitton bags I'm talking about, that's nothing compared to them. Where's your Birkin, sweetie? You know, where's your Chanel? You know, like, there's always different tiers to luxury, but you just have to be grateful of what you can afford, and then don't feel bad if you can't afford these items. You know, I was to the point before I graduated and all that stuff from nursing school that I love Coach. I love Michael Kors. I love those brands, and then I graduated. So sometimes you have to work your way on up, and don't feel less than that because, you know, you see someone has a nice bag or whatever. And me personally, how I feel about knockoffs, if that's what you want to buy, that's what you want to buy. That's your business. Your knockoff does not make me feel any different about my item, and it does not make me look at you any different. So I just want all of us to know, and those that are watching our video, to not get caught up in materialistic stuff. You know, like, even though I come on here and I rant about these bags and they make me happy, blah, 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 but let's not get caught up into materialistic things. All right, so I'm done preaching, you guys, so I have another video to record. So I just want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope that you have learned some things from this video on how you can start your designer collection. And the shirt that I'm wearing today, it says #these curves, honey, and I got this from Torrid. I'm not sure if it's still available or not. It may be, but I got it a while ago. But #these curves though. So if you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe, and share. I just want to thank you guys for your support, and I am going to be more consistent with putting out videos, and that's it. Peace out.